All right, let's get into it, YouTube. As you all know, Donald Trump was inaugurated yesterday. Donald Trump was inaugurated. He did a lot of things. He signed a lot of executive orders. He made a lot of statements when he did his first presidential speech. And he said something that caused some headlines. He said something that caused some headlines. It shouldn't have caught headlines. I feel like it should be common sense at this point. But the times that we live in. You know the times that we live in. So let's get into it. Let's get into what he said that got everybody in an uproar. You know, let's see.
Week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
I can get with that. I can get with that because I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and in regards to movies, in regards to sports, in regards to my kids going to school. When I watch sports, I don't want to think about racism. I don't want to think about you know LGBTQ this and race that. When my kid goes to school, teach them about math and science, and history. Leave the religion, leave the anatomy, leave the race, leave all that to me. I don't need you indoctrinating my kids. I don't need you teaching them, infiltrating their brains and poisoning their brains with things that they're not even concerned with, things that they're not even thinking about, things that they shouldn't even be having to worry about. See what I'm saying? Get it out of here. We don't need it. We talk about divisiveness and we talk about, you know, there being a divide between people in America. And at a certain point, we have to blame all of the propaganda and, the initiatives and things pushed on us in the media and in movies and in sports and in the schools, and just stop. Just stop. So I'm for this already. I'm for it already.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
That's what as it already should have been. As it already should have been. We know that that's not the case, but as it already should have been. It should be about character. It should be about work ethic. It should be about what you bring to the table. Are you an asset or a liability? It shouldn't matter, and this is why I don't believe in DI. It shouldn't matter if you're black, if you're a woman, if you're a part of the LGBTQ community, if you're an immigrant, if you're here on a H. None of that matters. None of that matters. You know, get the things that you deserve based on merit. Nothing else. Nothing more. Nothing less. Treat someone how they should be treated. Treat someone with respect, with dignity, based on the fact that they're a good human being, not the fact that they're white or they're a woman or they're this or they're that. Don't hate or shame someone because they're black or they're Mexican or they're this or they're that. Let it be based on their actions, their integrity, their character, their personality, all of that, man. Let it be merit based. We don't care about it. We don't care about everything else.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Point blank. Point blank. It shouldn't even have to be. It shouldn't even have to be said. This goes to show you the times that we're in. The fact that a president, is having to get up and even say this is insane. It doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? Our entire life, what has it been? It's been two. It's been you're a man or you're a woman. As of late, this vast gray area has been introduced. This and that and this and that. So much stuff I can't even keep up with it. But I tell you one thing: we don't want men competing in women's sports. We don't want men using the bathroom with women. We don't want underage children having sex changes. We don't want them in schools, you know, teaching these things to our kids, and doing all of this crazy stuff, putting these type of narratives and agendas in kids' movies. I was watching Spider-Man the other day with my daughter, and I seen something crazy talking about trans kids. It's a kids movie. What are we doing? It's a kids movie. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You see what I'm saying? These kids are not worried about that. You cannot tell me that's not propaganda. I'm around a lot of kids. I have nieces, I have nephews, I have my own children. I don't hear them talking about this and that. Why is it in a kids movie? You see what I'm saying? It's gotten out of hand. Granted, if you want to live if you want to, you can live however you want to live. I believe that's between you and God. I have my own religious beliefs, my own moral beliefs, how I was raised, things that I believe in, and I'm going to stand on that. And America, seeming like the masses, they're going to stand on that as well. See what I'm saying? And it's time to get back to common sense. It's time to get back to the way things have always been. We're not reinventing the wheel here. This is what it this this was the benchmark. This was the standard. When do we get away from that? You see what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Let me know if I'm tripping in the comments. Am I tripping? I don't think I am. And quite frankly, you know, it doesn't matter if you think the other way. He's not saying that, oh, you're going to get shot down in the streets or killed or jailed or this or that if you live a certain lifestyle, if you believe a certain way, if this or that. That's not what this is. This is the benchmark. There's men and there's a woman. That's what it is. That's the standard. See what I'm saying? You can still live how you want to live. You can still do what you want to do. You can still think how you want to think. But what he's saying is that's not going to affect what the benchmark is. That's not going to affect what the standard is. That's not going to change what it's always been. See what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. Am I tripping? I don't think I'm tripping. I'll see you on the next one.